You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. South Park legal threat. Harry's wife has taken a real battering, along with Harry, in the recent episode of South Park. I've explained in parts past how this has repeatedly amounted to challenge fuel, and the fact that the reportage of this event thereafter has continued to challenge her. She will be furious. And of course, her narcissism cannot let it stand idly by. Because she has no sense of humour, her narcissism interprets this as a threat to her control, and therefore subconsciously needs to motivate her to nullify that threat to control. Accordingly, rather than just let the matter drift and jettison it and move on to the next thing, unsurprisingly so, her narcissism compelled her to take direct action in order to try and nullify the threat posed. Firstly, I understand that Prince Harry called the producers of the programme in an attempt to stop it from airing in the first place. He will, of course, have been bullied into doing this by Harry's wife, no doubt learning that it was about to be broadcast and that, of course, South Park would be taking the piss out of them. Who knows? They may even have received some kind of notification of what was in it or just seen the trailer for it. She will have erupted. Watching the trailer, which showed the way that they were being lampooned, will have been challenge fuel and a threat to control. It will have then caused her to respond by exploding through ignited fury. She'll have ranted and raved and demanded that Harry do something about it. And thus the Prince of Pink Pancakes went scurrying away to ring up the producers and basically say, "Oh, come on, chaps, maybe you could pull it. Harry's wife is awfully upset about all of this." It's a wonder the producers could actually hear anything that he was saying to them, because undoubtedly there would have been this wailing banshee in the background, shrieking and gurning and wailing about what had happened. Of course, Harry's plea or demands fell on deaf ears, and quite rightly so. That, of course, was a preventative Hoover issued by proxy. Harry's wife's narcissism compelled her to try and stop the threat to control before it manifested, and she did so not by calling them herself, "Oh, she's too grand to do that," but rather she compelled her underling, Prince Harry, to do so. But it didn't work, and then, according to GB News, Harry's wife and Prince Harry's lawyers are looking into South Park after Sussex is ruthlessly attacked in new series. Harry's wife and Prince Harry's lawyers are casting an eye over South Park's latest series after the show launched a number of attacks on the couple. South Park has taken multiple shots at Harry's wife and Prince Harry, mocking their claims they want privacy, despite signing lucrative deals with Netflix and Spotify to publish content about their lives. Prince Harry's autobiography Spare has been ridiculed, with South Park referring to it as "wah." The series has also branded the couple dumb and stupid. Royal commentator Neil Sean has stated the couple's legal team is now watching the series closely for any more attacks. Sean said, according to sources close to the ex-royals, it appears, like so many things with Harry's wife and Harry, this may well have legal ramifications attached. Their legal team are casting an eye over the episode to see what is wrong and what could be turned into something more sinister. However, Fox News have stated it has not yet been confirmed whether legal action will be taken or not. Harry's wife and Prince Harry's popularity in the United States has drastically fallen since they attacked the royal family, according to the chairman of Republicans Overseas UK. Greg Swanson told GB News that the fondness of some media outlets for the Sussexes is not shared by the American public. He added that originally, Prince Harry and Harry's wife were popular in the United States when they first moved to the nation 2 years ago. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex launched their first public attack on the royal family in a bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021. When asked if Harry's wife was as popular in the United States as she was a year ago, Swanson replied, "No, absolutely not." Damage to facade, of course. I think that there's this misconception that she is popular and that Harry is popular in the United States. But it's really just because some of the late-night comedians adore them and continue to adore them. And some of the traditional media outlets, as well as the late-night comedians, have a fondness for them that was not shared by the American people. And that wasn't the case 2 years ago, that's for sure. I mean, she was warmly embraced, and so was Harry, originally, in the United States. Waning popularity aside, which of course wounds Harry's wife, it is unsurprising that there is a report that they've instructed lawyers to look at the series. This again underpins the absence of a sense of humour on her part, and of course is her narcissistic response to the threat that's posed by the series. I suspect that the lawyers will respond saying there's nothing that they can do, after having a jolly good laugh themselves at the excellent episode. Imagine that, being paid hundreds if not thousands of dollars to sit around and watch an adult cartoon taking the piss out of your clients, enjoying that, and then saying, no, nothing that we can do. What an easy day's pay that would be. Harry's wife, of course, demands that something must be done. Her narcissism cannot process that somebody would take the piss out of her because she believes that she's so eminently lovable and adorable. Once again, of course, this is representative of the majority view of her, something that her narcissism cannot allow her to process. The need to instruct lawyers is that knee-jerk response of the middle mid-ranger. Basically, they've taken the mick out of me. You must do something. I demand that you do so. And therefore referring to lawyers to look at the programme with a view to taking legal action is the potential for nullifying the threat to control. She will have complained heartily about the content of the programme and smeared it to those lawyers and anybody else that will listen as a part of an indirect assertion of control. The fact of Harry attempting to stop the airing in the first place is not a surprise, and following up with involving lawyers similarly is not a surprise. Other people, even if they were angered by what they had seen, would be more likely to just let it go. Why? Because they would recognise that it's part and parcel of the way that South Park operates, is to pick up on people's idiosyncrasies and throw them in their faces. Others would take it as a badge of honour to be included, but not Harry's wife. Because she takes herself oh so seriously, you're not allowed to laugh at her. Indeed, laughing at her is an awful thing. It's challenge fuel, and narcissists cannot stand to be laughed at. Laugh with us, naturally. Positive fuel, you find us humorous as a consequence of the joke that we've told. But to laugh at us suggests that we're not important, not serious, not worthy, and therefore is a huge threat to control. And it's the same here with Harry's wife, who goes scurrying to the lawyers and as an attempt to nullify that threat to control, but since it's a parody, won't get her anywhere. And of course, it's hugely entertaining to see her contrarian nature in action once again. Her husband called the First Amendment bonkers. Yet what is she doing in her legal action with her sister? Utilising the First Amendment to state that she's allowed to express an opinion about what's going on with her sister and her life. Yet here, with South Park that is purely expressing its opinion of Harry and Harry's wife, she wants it shut down. Once again demonstrating the contrarian nature of the narcissist and also what a hypocrite she is. That you're not allowed to use the First Amendment, but she can. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.